My name is Jada.
Kai.
Liz.
And I'm Camille. Friends. How many of us have that?
Yes! Yeah.
That was good.
Oh my God.
I mean, so it's gotta be a, what is it?
Hot Tita Summer.
Hello, 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 and welcome. I'm so happy you are here. We got Jada
And Camille.
and shout out Liz and Kai. They're out. What's the term? Conquering the world. Okay, life be lifing. We love y'all. We miss y'all. But this week you got Jada and Cam with you. I
Yay.
totally just took your.
No, it's fine.
Anyways, we're rolling with the punches. We are calling all boss babaes and creative kabayan.
And redefining what it means to be Tita in
Yes,
this
we
day and
are.
age, right? Yeah. Sorry, guys. We're just, like Jada said, rolling with the punches.
We're rolling with the punches today.
This is your Tita break, right?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of breaks, we are officially 28 days from Christmas.
hey,
So hang in there, folks. We're almost there.
I'm a little stressed.
Right?
I
Less
got
than a
gifts
month
to buy.
away. Less than a month away. There's markets going on and all that
Ooh,
fun
yeah,
stuff.
stay
so
tuned. We got the
get it
411
together.
on that.
And like, subscribe, follow, all that fun stuff.
All that good
Okay.
stuff. Oh,
Awesome.
man. Yeah, we're like, what's the day? 27, yeah. Days away from December, which is wild.
Yeah, but when you watch this, it'll be 27 days. Because
Yes,
this is going to air on a
yes.
Thursday.
Yes,
Ha-ha.
exactly.
Even less time.
So,
How's your week going?
my week's going. My week's going. I'm not gonna lie, I had a really fun weekend. So there was a
Okay.
little bit of recoup and recovery needed.
Okay.
But
Anything you can share on air?
Yeah. Friend's birthday. Friend's
okay.
birthday. What else did I have? I also had birthday. Oh, and then me and my girls, we celebrated early, adulting when you're making plans. Our Christmas plans were like last week Friday.
Yeah. Fair.
Because our schedules were not gonna work in December. So
For
we
sure.
did our Christmas party, which was a good old time. How about you?
Just catching up on like work and myself.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, I know, right? Just trying to keep pace with myself, man. That's how it feels right
Girl,
now.
trust me. I feel that 100%.
Yeah.
Oh man! So what's our phrase of the day or the week?
Filipino
What we
phrase
got?
of the
What
week.
we got?
We have push mo yan.
Oh, how fitting!
Push mo yan. It means
Push
go
mo
for
yan.
it. Go
Push
for
mo
it.
yan. My goodness,
Go for it.
go for it.
Push mo yan.
Push through. As we get older in my adult years, yeah, that's a
And
trick.
really, to me,
Pushing
like,
through.
I see it as like kind of like a seize the day
yeah,
too,
yeah,
right?
100%.
Like push through it, but yeah, seize the day. Like, we're not getting any younger, as you pointed out.
Yep.
So, now's the time. Is 2025 going to be your year? Are you going to close out 2024 with a bang? Whatever that means to you.
Yep.
Push mo yan.
Push mo
Kababayan.
yan. I will say I am looking forward to closing off 2024.
Yeah.
Challenging year, learned a lot.
Mm.
But I'm really just looking forward to the future.
Yeah.
2025. I like the refresh that can come with a new year,
Yeah.
Push mo yan.
Yeah. I like that one.
I like that one.
Yeah, I feel like it's fitting for the holidays. Yeah.
Yes.
Go for it.
Oh yeah. Holiday season, y'all.
Right?
Strap in. It's going to be a busy season.
I know. I have to start on my Christmas ideas too. Like, I have some things that I don't usually do like crazy gifts.
Yeah.
I usually do like something crafty with my Cricut.
Oh, I'm getting crafty this
Yeah.
year. That's for sure. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. Like personally, I'm pulling back as well. Like I usually would go off, especially, but gonna pull back this year. Definitely gonna be creative.
Yeah.
But yeah, setting the time to make sure to make the gifts because
Yeah.
you can't be making that on December 23rd.
There's something about the last minute that I love. I don't know what it is. Every year, it doesn't matter. Like, I have my
Really?
list, I have my spreadsheets, but like down to the wire, I'm like making Christmas cards on my Cricut, and I'm just like, and there's like something I love about like the Christmas
Holiday
chaos.
frenzy,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm like an elf in that way. Like,
I love buying gifts, but I hate the mall craziness. If I can avoid that and go
Yeah.
like in the middle of a random weekday or something like that, no problem. I like the frenzy when it comes to wrapping gifts.
Right.
Like that deadline to like, oh, almost the fam jam and got to get them all wrapped. I do love wrapping gifts, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Do you have a theme for your like gift wrap?
So I
Is that just
usually
me?
go to like winners. No, not at all. Oh my
Okay,
gosh,
yeah.
I'm actually very pleased that you asked.
Yes,
Thank you.
I like the themes with the gift wraps
1,000%.
every
Like
year.
everyone gets the same thing, and like I usually get like a nice cloth ribbon because Winners has like good selection, right? So like one year I do like craft paper and like different cloth ribbon design, and then
Yes.
so just like whatever cool design I like at the time. So that's that.
I love that part of Christmas too.
It's beautiful. Get to showcase our creativity.
Yes. Today we're talking pop culture. What's going on in the world today?
And No Frills. I don't know if you guys know this. They were doing
Love
a
No Frills.
Balikbayan box.
Yes, I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kai posted
had,
it, and
like,
I
a whole
seen
ad.
Filipino TV's report on it, which is like awesome, like so amazing. They've never done that before.
No, the program was from November 7th to November 20th, so it ended last week. But you can still redeem the offer until December 8th at locations that are listed on their website. So it's literally nofrills.ca/balikbayan, which is pretty cool. They have a list of all the stores that are participating all across Canada. So it's Ontario, BC, Manitoba, and Alberta. And there's actually quite a few in Scarborough, naturally, and Markham and throughout the GTA. And it also has details for you in terms of what's required, what's banned, all that fun stuff. So it was while quantities last. Free shipping. You get a free shipping voucher when you spend over $150. For a 20-pound Balikbayan box. Like shipping's not cheap these days.
It
So
isn't.
getting that
Yeah.
voucher is
And it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Like I feel like this is the time when everybody's sending those care packages back home.
Yes.
To make sure the fam's good, right? So
I've never heard of a company doing this, a non-Filipino company doing
this is the first time I've ever heard of
pretty
anything
big
like that,
deal.
which is amazing.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool. So thank you, No Frills,
Thanks,
for thinking
No
of us.
Frills.
Right?
We love the merch. We love the marketing.
I know. They're
And now
part
we
of
love
the-
you even more because we got Balikbayan
Aren't
boxes.
they part of the PC brand, right? Like they're
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
So they
they kinda,
were the
yeah.
ones who came out with the Filipino flavors that we spoke about a few seasons ago, right? With the adobo chips and I think the frozen lumpia and
Connecting the
stuff like
dots
that.
here. Yeah.
So really interesting to see how mainstream we've become Filipino
Yes.
culture. I remember having to go to the
movement.
a woman's garage with my Lola to get snacks. Because she was importing them from
Yes.
to get sarsi, to get sweet corn,
Ooh, I haven't had
corn balls.
sarsi in so long.
Sarsi is like
I love me a sarsi. What?
yeah, ice cold sarsi.
So good.
So
so good.
Yeah, so this is actually like it's amazing to
Nice.
see how far we've come. So thank you.
Thanks, No Frills.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh man. You know what did come out today though?
Oh
my goodness. We gotta go. I gotta
I
go.
know Moana 2.
Yes, which is I'm so excited to see. My
too.
niece is like, that's her thing now. Like they went on a trip to Cuba and she was like at the ocean going like Moana and like
Oh, that's so cute.
yeah.
Oh
So
my
I'm really
gosh.
excited to see the second one. I know she's gonna be really
that's
excited to see it
awesome.
too.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I was looking into it a little bit, and I tried to naturally I tried to stay away from like reviews and just like anyone's
Yeah, same.
opinion.
I do the
So,
same
but
thing.
I came across some. I'm not going to share anything that was said, but I will say that the actress who has voiced Moana was asked whether or not she thinks Moana is a princess, because apparently in the movie it was addressed. She goes, Moana states that she's not a princess, and Maui, The Rock,
yeah.
replies, well, a lot of people think you are. Right. So the actress, I think her name, I don't want to butcher this, so please forgive me, Auli'i Carvalho, the voice of Moana, she said that films are always representative of their times. For today's day and age, we want to see a young woman being the hero of her own story. So she is a princess, but she's also a hero.
I like that.
So she sees her as both.
I like that.
Which is pretty
We're
cool.
here redefining what it means to be Tita.
There
We
you
can
go.
redefine what it means to be a princess.
Exactly. Right? She's adventurous. She's going out there. She's here for the people. That's some queen
Yeah.
behavior. You know what I mean?
No,
Like, that's
100%.
very, very much a princess.
Like also like dare I even say, like if you take it back, like we had the closest thing we had was like maybe like Pocahontas, just in terms
And
of like
Moana,
likeness.
or no, not Moana, sorry,
Pocahontas,
Mulan.
but then she was technically Chinese. And
Yeah,
then,
exactly.
Was there one more after that, or then we finally got Moana?
Yeah, and then we had Moana, and then Raya.
Oh, Raya,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, just
I'm not gonna lie.
any-
One time I was walking in Walmart and I saw a doll, and I was like, I sent it to all my friends. Like, this doll looks like me if I had like a certain hair. It was like so trippy, but also
Pretty
beautiful
crazy.
to see as well, right?
Yeah.
Representation.
And then we had Tiana from Princess and the Frog.
Yes,
we
our
right?
first Black princess.
We have we have 13. There are 13 Disney princesses. Apparently, Moana was the 12th.
Nice.
And I did a little digging to see all the origins, because Disney hasn't always had the best representation in the past, and they've been called out numerous times over the decades over cultural appropriation and stuff like that. So I'm just going to go through all the Disney princesses and list where they originate from.
Ooh,
I thought
like
that was
that.
really interesting.
I like
Yeah,
that.
right?
Yes.
And you can go to princess.disney.com for this list of princesses. They're not going to tell you the origin, but you can look for a list of princesses. And this is in order as per their site, okay? So Tiana, she's African American. She comes from New Orleans in Louisiana. For those of you who haven't seen it, she is opening a restaurant. It's a beautiful story.
Nice.
Princess and the Frog. Then we have Ariel. Who could forget Ariel, right? Resident redhead and mermaid.
Love Ariel.
Right? Amazing. Okay, she's from ancient Greece folklore.
Oh, I
would
didn't
have
know
never
that.
guessed. Yeah,
I would have never guessed that either.
Yeah, right.
That's
but
cool.
apparently, like the background, like the scenery is apparently reflective of ancient Greece. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. Rapunzel, German and Poland origins around the 16th or 18th century.
Nice.
As per the Brothers Grimm, so the people those brothers who made all of these fairy tales popular, it's more so German folklore. So Moana, Polynesian culture and folklore with various cultures throughout Oceania influencing how that came out. Snow White, also 19th century German folklore. Apparently, allegedly, based on Countess Margaret von Waldeck of Bavaria.
Wow.
Yeah, interesting stuff.
Well, that sounds royal.
And she was the first Disney princess, I believe, Snow White.
Oh, official.
I believe so.
Actually,
I believe she was
right.
the
I
I think that was their first like color animation or something.
Nice.
We have Aurora from Sleeping Beauty, France.
Oh yes.
Right.
Okay. France.
Yeah, I think in the movie she's called Briar Rose, though. I'm not sure. There was like she has like another name.
Is she really?
Something like that.
Oh,
I think she
didn't
has
know that.
2 names in the movie. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Then we have, of course, Jasmine from Agrabah.
Love
Right.
Jasmine.
This is the one that was the most controversial because because like apparently she's Muslim, but we see based on the movie some Arabic and South Asian cultural influences. So that, like some of the architecture is reflective of like the Taj Mahal. And then but like I think her father, references Allah and just like all these different things. So
yes. And Aladdin is an older, well, I mean most of them are older, but I mean that would also explain the not knowing, right, and kind of just combining it all. But
and she would have been the first Disney princess of color, if not Pocahontas. I don't know which one came first.
Oh, true.
Right, I'm not sure which one came first, but it was one of them.
Oh, I guess Jasmine, because I feel like Pocahontas, like in terms of the actual Disney movie, I feel like like Pocahontas was like the 90s, like later 90s.
I honestly, in my mind, they all came out at the same time. I'm not gonna lie, but I have the VHSs at home, I'm pretty sure, so I can just double check the print time, or I can Google it later because that's gonna bother me. Then we have Cinderella, of course, from France. Mulan from ancient China.
Avi.
Merida, this is actually the only one I don't know. She's from Brave. I haven't seen Brave, but I know what she looks like.
I know what she looks like
right?
too. That's actually one I haven't watched either. Yeah.
Scottish, which is pretty cool. Yeah,
nice.
I really want to see that. We have Belle from France.
Ooh, love Belle too.
Pocahontas, Native American, based on a true, person, a real person, daughter of Chief Powhatan, ruler of the Powhatan tribal nation, which at its largest point comprised of 30 Algonquin tribes.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
didn't know that.
Yeah, in the Tidewater
That's
region
cool.
of Virginia. So pretty interesting stuff. And then we have Raya, fictional Southeast Asia.
Nice.
Yeah, so those are our 13 Disney
are
princesses. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. I don't know.
Who's your favorite prince?
Prince?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I don't know. I guess like Eric at first when I was younger.
That's what I was thinking.
Because he was the most like, I don't know. There's something about the black hair and the blue eyes.
Dark,
like there was something about
I
it.
personally
right?
liked Eric. Yeah.
Yeah, right? I don't know. I guess that's pretty Greek. Like the dark hair and the light eyes.
Maybe,
I guess, right? I don't know. I'm not sure. Is that who your favorite one was too?
Yeah, Eric was the first thing that came into my head. I'm trying to think of like a prince that I was like,
I liked when the Beast turned into a man from Beauty and the Beast.
Have you heard of the Hear Me Out challenge?
What's that?
So it's like a challenge where like girls have a cake and then it's like, hear me out. And then you have to list like someone that you think is hot and try to explain it, but it's like random.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Yeah, then they put the character like on the cake. I don't know. I've seen a few.
Right.
I'm also just old, so I'm like, I don't
it's pretty funny.
fully know the trend.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
But who's someone that you think is hot? Hear me out. Someone that you think is hot that you're like, everyone is going to make fun of me.
I don't really have one. I literally have two celebrity crushes. One of them is Paul Walker, rest in peace.
Oh, yes.
And the other one is Ben Affleck. And they're not really crushes. Like, I just think they remind me of my husband, if I'm being honest. So, like,
do you have a cartoon character that you thought was hot? And you're like,
when I was a kid, I know everyone liked Tuxedo Mask, but I really liked
Ooh,
Andrew.
Oh, Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah, I really liked Andrew.
That was a good one. I wanted my
was,
own Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah, he was kind of the one, right?
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Goku?
Darian.
Oh, wait,
whoa.
which one's...
No, because Tuxedo Mask, his real name is Darian. Which I thought was really nice. It just, he had a lot going for him. But Goku?
I don't know. I think there was like a little moment. And I was like, I don't know why I think this guy is cute.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Now, I want to know what's happening in the city. So, Cam, hit me.
Great question. Great question. Well, there's a lot going on in the city per usual. A lot of stats that I could share. But honestly, I think a lot of it right now is it's a little contentious, and I don't want to talk about it, if I'm being honest. I think it would be just fitting for the season if we could talk about something like how to display Filipino culture in your home.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Huh?
Also, I mean, a nice roll off from that IKEA conversation that we were having
from last
as well,
week.
right?
Yeah, for
just
sure.
like how to find those touches. Also, yeah, like as we decorate our homes, like your decor could totally be a way that you express your culture, right?
Absolutely.
So
with Christmas, it's very easy because, you could get a parol.
Yeah.
Okay, don't make fun of my accent. That's how I say it. Parol.
Love me a good parol.
You can make your own. I know you went to a workshop previously.
Yeah.
So there's, look for cool things like that. Maybe you have a family heirloom. That'd be a good way to, showcase that.
Thank you.
But aside from, Christmas, I think generally speaking, because I can speak for myself, like a lot of what my home or what's in my home and what makes it feel so warm is because I showcase some of my culture. So I have like a little Santo Niño display.
Who doesn't?
Right. I kept it. Like I'm also Catholic, so he's there. But there's other ways that you can do it, right? If you don't want to, have a shrine or anything like that, you can incorporate different textures. Textures are a very, very easy way to showcase, especially now with IKEA's style and just general style that's made its way to mainstream. You'll see a lot of like seagrass, a lot of jute, right? A lot of those woven materials,
What's
like those
jute?
woven looking materials.
Okay. Like kind of wicker or like more of like the woven.
More woven, more beachy. But
Gotcha.
you can play with them, right? They don't have to be, I guess, summer specific because we're not a beach town.
Yeah.
So I have a big rug from IKEA that I got, and it's not jute. I actually don't know what the
like
material is, but it looks like actually. And that's actually a great point because you could also showcase a banig, right? Those are beautiful woven patterns from back home that you can showcase in your home. Colors. Right? Doesn't have to be colors of the flag, although you can add a pop of color here and there, the blue, the red, some yellow. Yeah. You guys know I love white.
Yes.
But there's actually a lot of color in my home. I use like dark leather for my couches, but it's like a reddish brown leather.
Got it. And then you'll balance it with like some of those textures.
Exactly. And I keep my walls like a creamy white.
Nice.
Yeah. But there's other things you can do too. Like I know for myself, I have a lot of family heirloom type.
Ooh, what's your
things.
favorite one?
Most of my family heirlooms are like pictures of Mary, pictures of Jesus that are from the Philippines. So
nice.
I have some of them
from the motherland.
Yeah, we split them up amongst the family, and I have some of them that I display in my home, in my room. And I just little like statues and stuff like that, just from back home. I don't know, and from my grandfather's
trinkets
travels.
and things like that you can do.
Yeah, because my grandfather was a travel agent, so he's been all over the world. So he has just little things.
All the trinkets, gizmos, and gadgets.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Who's its and what's its galore. You want thingamabobs? I got
plenty.
But who cares? No big deal. Okay.
Okay, reel it in.
Okay. Wow. But yeah, I think woven textures is my favorite.
Yeah.
You could also display any art that you got from the Philippines, or, we have a lot of markets, a lot of cultural events happening. Maybe you can support a vendor and showcase that in your home. I think that's just a beautiful way to display the culture. But I would say my favorite would be through the textures. I really love seeing the different weaves. And forgive me, I don't say this well. Solihia, that weave that we invented.
You probably say it better than me.
It's very beautiful weave that you'll see in a lot of furniture. These days, kitchen chairs, backings, and dining chair backings. It's just beautiful, and it's timeless. So you can display that. You'll see those like light fixtures that have that woven pattern that's really popular these days. So you can put that in your dining room. Showcase any vegan pottery. Vegan, I think is how you say it. Vegan pottery. That's the type of pottery that they do in Ilocano.
Okay. I didn't know that.
It's an Ilocano thing, I think.
I learned that today. Nice.
So just anything like that you can just kind of like not lose that culture, because if you're anything like me, you really want to hold on to that, and you want to pass it on, right?
Of course,
you want to pass that on. So
nice.
Yeah,
I love that. We just put up our tree.
Oh,
so
amazing.
definitely gonna take those tips and see what more we can add.
Yeah.
I like that. And actually, speaking of decorations, and I did take a Parol workshop once. There's going to be another one this year for anybody that is interested. I'm going to try my best to say this. Tola na sa takpuan Parol Workshop.
Wow.
So you can go and make a traditional Filipino Christmas lantern for anyone that's interested on Tuesday, November 4th. It's from 6:30 to 9:30. It is downtown. So plan if you do go. No experience is needed. It's going to be led by Maria Patricia Abuel Studio. What up, Patty? Shout out to you. I love that you do this every year. There's going to be a meal provided by Tagpuan from Kensington. And it is a $40 to $55 sliding scale. So I've gone before. Patricia's amazing. You get to create your piece. And actually, I meant to ask you that. What kind of parol do you like? Do you like the ones that are like brightly colored, multicolor, or do you like the ones that are more of like the browns and the tans and the neutrals?
I like all of them.
I do.
Literally
like,
all
it
of
depends.
them.
It depends,
Yeah.
I guess, on where it's being placed.
Yeah, where I would have it in my home, like I would probably have one in my room and it would be white, because I've seen like nice ivory shell ones.
Yes, yeah.
But like throughout the house and like for like people to see like outside, because that's the whole thing, is like colorful.
Then
I would
you-
have to do the
That's a
colorful
good
one.
point,
Yeah.
actually. You're right. So for anyone that's interested, it's a good time. Definitely highly recommend. And then you get to go home with a beautiful piece to display in your house.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
I really love that. I'm gonna see if I can make it out.
Yeah.
Wait,
so
when is
good.
it? December 4th?
Yes, Tuesday. It's a
Okay.
Tuesday night. So
Okay.
just something to consider.
We shall see.
'Cause, yeah, it's the middle of the week.
Yeah.
But to keep the holiday festive mood rolling, Filipinos in the Six is also presenting a holiday comedy special. So this is going down December 13th. Tickets are on sale. General admission is $35. You can get a family pack though, so that's 4 tickets. You can get that for $120, so you save a little bit there. And then they have VIP premium seating and merch. You know, we love free merch. Well, not free merch, you're paying for it. But it's $70. And
funny.
this will be held at the Dawn Art Academy.
I'm pretty sure Keith Pedro.
Yeah, Keith is in it.
Yeah, it's a good
Norm,
show.
shout out Norm.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know the rest of the
Quite a
lineup,
few,
but I
yeah,
know it's
there's
going to be a
quite a
good
few
time. It's Filipinos in the
comedians,
Six. Like,
yeah.
what more can you ask for? So, if you are looking for holiday plans, you want to go laugh, you know how stressful the season can get sometimes. This could be a great night out.
And sometimes it's the best gift, right? Spending time with loved ones, especially people
Exactly.
that you probably weren't able to see throughout the year. So if you're thinking of doing like a holiday party with friends, or just looking to get like a give an experience gift, because those are the best gifts.
Oh, that could be a cute gift too,
right? Family pack
actually.
of 4, go with your besties and head on out.
I like that. And actually, since we're talking about, Six Buzz posted it too. There's a Filipino Town in Las Vegas, which is a historic win for Pinoy pride. So I just read up on this literally right before we started recording. So I'm just going to read it off here. Las Vegas is set to establish a Filipino Town cultural district on Maryland Parkway between Flamingo and Desert Inn Road, celebrating the city's vibrant Filipino community, the largest AAPI group in the region with over 200,000 residents. This is spearheaded by Clark County Commissioner Tick Segerblom. If I said that right. The district will highlight Filipino history, culture, and entrepreneurship in an area already rich with Filipino business and community hubs. Local leaders and residents like business owner Anthony Canedo and Eric Jang of One APIA Nevada have expressed pride and excitement for the initiative, which will feature cultural signage and be funded by the community.
Wow.
Filipino Town will be a landmark of Pinoy pride, honoring the legacy and contributions of Filipinos to Las Vegas.
Wow.
So we're adding that to the manifestation
We're going to
list.
Vegas.
We're going to Vegas, ladies.
Woo.
And fellas.
People.
Yes, people, humans. But that's awesome because, like, where else is there like a... I mean, there will be, like, areas with a lot of Filipinos, but I don't think we've, like, have an actual Filipino town.
No, I don't know.
Well, I guess we have Bathurst, right? Like,
well, here we do.
Right? But like,
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, when you go anywhere, it's like, oh, there's a Chinatown, and you go visit, like, you know. But to have it actually deemed Filipino Town,
Yeah, I'd be curious because like there are like a lot of Filipinos in California, Hawaii, Chicago, Seattle.
yes,
Right. So I'd be curious too.
Yeah.
But okay, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Congratulations.
Let's see. Excited to see more movement on that.
Yeah. Here we grow.
Here we grow.
Welcome to Am I Bastos? The segment
Bastos.
where we share a story, anonymous story, and we decide and chat about whether or not this person was Bastos.
Yeah. Also, shout out the Filipino lady who gave me a free iced tea at lunch today.
Oh.
So Tita, I went to what is it, Bourbon Chicken?
Okay,
I just wanted
yeah.
that. And the puti man in front of me was being rude. Yeah, because he wanted an extra soy sauce pack, even though they gave him like a bunch. And then she was about to give it, and then he was rude and cussed and like walked off. So I looked
Over
at
soy
Tita and I
sauce?
was like, he's bastos. And then her eyes kind of lit up, you know, when you give them that sign like you're Filipino. And she goes, I know. And then she said it like a minute, and then my bill chipped down the extra $2. So shout out to you, Tita. He was bastos, and thank you for the discount.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Gotta love those little Filipino
Yes.
moments, magic moments. Right?
Yes. All right. Am I bastos? What we got today?
We had a few stories. I kind of want. Do you want to
Do
talk
it.
about the first one?
Yes.
I thought this was interesting.
Yeah, I didn't
this is a
read
quick
any of
one.
them.
You
You go.
did?
Yeah, yeah. No, I did not. I did not.
Okay.
So
I'll read.
you go.
I'll read it, and then
Okay.
we'll talk about it. Okay.
Let's see what we
So,
got.
am I bastos for refusing to switch seats with a kid on a plane because I wanted the window seat? Okay. Here are the deets. Here
Go
are
on.
the
I need to hear more. Yes.
I recently took a flight and had specifically chosen a window seat because I love looking outside during flights.
Same.
It helps me relax. When I
Same.
boarded, a woman and her kid, probably 8 or 9 years old, was sitting in my row. She asked if I could switch seats with her child so he could have the window. I politely said no and explained that I had picked the window seat on purpose. She seemed annoyed and told me it would mean a lot to her son. I still declined because I paid extra for that seat, and honestly, I just wanted to enjoy my flight in peace. She gave me the silent treatment for the rest of the flight,
That's fine.
and I heard her muttering to another passenger about selfish people. Now I'm wondering, was I being selfish? Am I bastos?
Nah. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Here's the thing. If I'm flying to the Philippines, I paid extra. This is like a 15-hour flight to my layover. I'm not doing it. I think I would have done the same thing. I'm like, I paid extra, politely decline. If it was like, you know, we're going to New York, I'm going to the West Coast, it's a couple hours, I could see myself potentially giving. Actually, no, you know what it is? It's the fact that she paid for the ticket.
Yeah.
It's different if you check in and you just kind of chose whatever.
Yeah.
That's fine. But because you paid for it, that's where I would put my foot down too. So I don't think she's bastos. And also, if the lady wants to be rude, and start talking to people. I could do that too, you know, or like people assuming or wanting things. Like, I don't know. Also, I mean, or actually, I'd probably just turn the volume up on my headphones. Like, go ahead and be mad.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's me. How about you?
I think it's like one of those things where like when you when you're booking your flight, you get to pick what kind of flight you're trying to have, right?
Yeah.
You get to pick your seat. That's part of the process. You either select a ticket that, you know, where you get to pick your seat or whatever. Like there's just options for you. So this person went on their way. They paid the extra, I don't know, $35 to $60, depending on where they're sitting. Actually upwards of like, you know, over $100.
Yeah, it
depending
can go
on
that
where you're
far,
sitting, right? Let's assume they're flying economy. Okay.
Yeah. Fair.
To enjoy their seat, as they said. I feel like the lady could have very easily booked a window seat for her and her son if it was available. If it wasn't, okay, maybe you booked too late, I get it. But at the end of the day, I think, no, you're not bastos. I think the only thing I would probably change, depending obviously on the situation, is I would let the kid lean over or like switch seats with me for a few minutes.
True. Okay, that's,
you know what I mean? I would I would switch for a few minutes, be like, hey, like, you know, how about you take a look when we land?
Yeah.
Or when we're taking off.
And to add on to that too, I personally am a window seat person. Like anytime I book, I always get that. Also because I usually try to avoid using the washroom in planes.
Same.
And I like the view, and I'm like, I don't want to get up for anybody to use the washroom, so I purposely choose the window seat.
Same.
And especially if you paid, like, I feel like that's kind of what makes. If I didn't pay for it, then I'd be like, I'd consider it more.
Like you pick your experience.
Exactly.
You're picking your experience for the most part, right? Again, if you booked late, okay, I'm sorry, I get it, but at the same time, like, also not this person's problem.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not fair for you to make it.
And if I was
problem.
a mother and I really wanted my kid to have like a window seat, like then I would go to like a flight attendant and be like, this is their first flight, or like this is really important. I would love to, if you could help me, that'd be great. As like your kind of like last shot or try to get a window seat. But if not, like, yeah, lady, you're too late.
Yeah. I mean, like, and especially for someone who doesn't always fly with their, like, I've traveled solo.
True. Yeah.
You know, just quick flights to the States or whatever. And like, I want to rest my head. That's really what it comes down to. I'm not trying to fall asleep on a stranger. I've had people fall asleep on me. Whatever, you know, it is what it is.
Those are funny.
Actually, it happened in when I was going to Florida a couple years ago, a solo flight. There was a kid and his dad beside me, and in the aisle across was the mother and their other kid. And the kid really wanted to look out the window, so I let him look out the window. I mean, it wasn't a big deal, like, you know, and they weren't really asking anything.
And also, I'm not trying to be a jerk. Like,
no, I'm not.
Like, the kid wants to look at the window. Like, if I can, I will. But
exactly. But also, but it's also going to be on my terms.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're not going to wake me up in the middle of the flight. And like, I'm not going to lie. Like, because I have a nephew, and like, you know, I would probably fold and be like, okay, yeah, sure. If you woke me up, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I'm still delirious.
You know what I mean?
You
like,
might get me.
But like, if that was me in this exact scenario, I'd be like, hey, like, you know, he can sit here when we're taking off or when we land.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I like that. That's a good compromise.
I think that's not even a compromise. That's very nice.
Yes, it's a nice gesture.
That's very gracious, very generous. I think. I don't know. I don't think that's a lot, but. No, you're not bastos.
Not bastos, lady. Do you think we can squeeze in one more?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do like a flash, a quick one. All right, you pick.
Okay, so this one is pretty, I don't know, they're all kind of juicy. Okay, this one was...
We can leak into segment 4 anyways.
Okay, cool. So this one was a man who hates his girlfriend's friends, okay? Ooh. So this one is, would I be bastos? Okay, so male, 28, hates his girlfriend's friends, and wants to tell her to stop seeing them. And he opens up right away by saying, the title makes me sound like a loser, I know, but please don't judge so quickly.
He's like, wait,
right?
Let me give you context.
There's more.
Yeah.
I've been with my girlfriend for 2 years now. She's lovely and kind and the best person I've ever met. The problem lies with a relatively new friend group that she has started hanging out with. We recently moved into a new apartment and we've made a few friends with our neighbors, male and female in their 40s, which is great. My girlfriend and the wife stay home and the husband and I work. The lady has introduced my girlfriend to her friends and they do lunches and hang out a bunch doing different stuff. This has been really great initially because we are new to the area and it gets my girlfriend out of the house. The issue has been that recently she's brought up that what I would think if she had no surgery or lip filler and things like this. I expressed that she is beautiful and I love her how she is. She has told me that our neighbor and her friends go out to clinics together to get work done and have made little comments about how my girlfriend would look better if she got this or that done. We ended up having a fight a couple of nights ago when she told me she was booked in for a lip enlarging treatment with our neighbor, and I shut it down saying I wouldn't pay for it. I'm fully aware that it's her body and her choice, but she is so beautiful, and this neighbor has made her feel otherwise. She has never spoken or wished to get anything cosmetically done before we moved in, besides facials and nails, stuff like that. I don't want to tell her who she can hang out with and see, but I feel like these women are unhealthy and superficial. I'm at a loss here on what to do. Would I be bastos? And I don't know if I said this already, but the ages, the man is 28 years old. So the person who's asking if they're rude, and his girlfriend's 24 years old. And again,
she's younger.
The couple that they're hanging out with is 40s, in their 40s-ish, is what he's saying. So, yeah. Juicy, juicy, juicy.
So am I bustos for hating my girlfriend's friends?
Well, he wants to tell her to stop seeing them. He hasn't done it yet, but he's saying, would I be rude to do so? Would I be bustos to do so? And
you go.
Yeah,
Go.
I would say honestly, like, I get it.
Yeah.
I've had a friend whose husband, I was friends with both the husband and the wife, and the husband was very aware that the wife was impressionable and, didn't appreciate certain people who would, try to influence her to do certain things. Whereas she probably wouldn't do them otherwise. And I respected that. Like, I knew both of them very well, and to me it made sense. I personally have had, not all of your friends are great. Sorry to burst your bubble. I've had my husband talk to me about, certain people in my life, and I've talked to him about certain people in his life, always respectfully, always understanding, and, being compassionate about the history that they may have.
True.
Because life changes when you're married, when you're with somebody.
Yep.
That's just what it is, right? Take it or leave it. It's up to you. It's your life. Do what you want. So I get it. I think that he is coming from a caring place. He doesn't sound malicious at all.
Yeah.
I do get my body, my choice. I understand. But in this regard, I feel like he is genuinely concerned for her well-being, for something that he's probably thinking is an impulse decision, because he said she's never spoken about this before. So it's very possible that, he's thinking that she hasn't thought this through, doesn't understand the repercussions about injecting yourself with certain things, a nose procedure, like nose surgery is what he said. So that could mean that's a surgery. That means you're cutting stuff and, and there are horror stories about any cosmetic anything, right? And all surgeries, there's a risk. So I don't think he's bustos. I think he's coming across as very genuine. Obviously you guys have been together for 2 years. I hope you guys have strong communication and that you're able to navigate that conversation properly.
For sure. I agree. I think he's not bustos because he's coming from a genuine place of concern, and respectfully between a 40-year-old woman and a 24-year-old woman, the beauty regimen and upkeep is completely different.
Very different.
So I understand the influence, right? I don't know if it's necessarily, because he also posted some positive things ever since about their friendship starting, as in new to the area, getting her out of the house, etc. I question whether or not maybe it's not a conversation of like stop hanging out with them. The conversation is more about like your self-worth and where the want to change all, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I guess the beauty standard conversation, more so, because it's like you're still young, like
you're 24.
Do you need this? Yeah. And then it's also like, what kind of procedures? Because to me, like, I don't know, but then, because I also just thought of like, I do have a personal friend who has opted to get like a nose surgery done, but like there was like a lot of history, like all the women in her family, there was like a condition, lots of like years of research before she even did it. Like I guess like that's like a different kind of scenario versus like I don't know, are these women just being like, oh, you would look so much pretdier if you just nipped that? You
and
know
that's what it sounds like.
If the conversation is that, it's concerning. I guess I almost feel like you don't have to stop hanging out with these girls, but I don't like the way that they are affecting the way you look at yourself. Because now conversations about getting surgery and all that stuff is coming up, and that wasn't an issue before. I think that's where I would point the conversation in, and not necessarily like I'm telling you who to hang out with or not. Like, you know, like I almost feel like she could also have the ability to just kind of like zone out all the cosmetic talk, but go hang out with them, like go get dinner, like if you know what I mean, they could still be nice people. Yeah, you know, so I don't know if maybe that's more of the conversation swerve, not necessarily like stop hanging out with them, unless they are negatively impacting their relationship in other ways.
Yeah, right. And I feel like, because this is the thing too, I think with some of the things that I've heard, it's just with guys and or men and their partners, it's just, you know, they like, I guess they're so attached to how their woman looks, right? But sometimes it's just like, you don't know what insecurity she's battling, because she's probably not going to share them with you as close as you are. She probably won't share those with you because you wouldn't understand, or you just say something like, oh, you're so beautiful. Because he does say, like, you know, I think she's so beautiful as she is. And I don't think you're lying. Yeah. But if she doesn't believe that, it doesn't matter what you say. True. You know what I mean? Like, how she feels, like, again, could be new to him, but it could not be new to her, right? Maybe she has expressed things because maybe she never had friends who were into this sort of thing, and now with these new friends who are older, more liberal, and like, you know, have money to do these things, she's hanging out with them, and she's just like, oh, I feel like they'll understand. You know, who's to say? We don't know that side. We don't know anything about her side. So who's to say that she's not already having these conversations with these people? So I don't know. I don't think your bus does.
Felt certain ways about her nose.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Just
like,
don't,
we don't know.
You really don't know body image when it comes to women, and it's something that we've talked about in the past.
To add to that, that's the conversation. It's more about the body image. Why are you feeling like this? Where is this coming from? Have we not talked about this before? And then maybe depending on how that goes, maybe it's like, maybe these friends aren't for you. You know what I mean?
Or like look into how other ways that you can support her, because if this is something that she is you know, decidedly going to do, then look for other ways how you can support her, you know, emotionally, mentally, physically, whatever. Because it's, at the end of the day, it is her body, so she's going to do what she wants to do. I just hope that she's making an informed decision, because you know most what I mean? Importantly, for sure. So we got time for one more?
Do it. We're going to do it.
This one's kind of juicy. I think it's pretty relevant to Filipino life a little bit, just because of the generational living. Okay, go on. So this one's called, Am I Bastos for not agreeing to cut back on my expenses? So my husband's family happened to not pay rent to us a month ago. We had to pay it because it's our mortgage. It was a big impact financially for me and my husband, but we have no choice. They did happen to tell us that they will not be paying the full rent due to other financial needs that they have, and that we need to figure it out. My husband then approaches me and tells me that I need to cut back on my expenses to be able to afford the mortgage in which they are living in, and we ourselves have a second mortgage. He asked that I cut my family's cell phone lines and review all expenses to cut back on what we don't need. My response was no. I am not going to cut back on my expenses. Unfortunately, your family needs to figure it out. They can't just say that they're not paying rent. This led to a whole argument, but I work, he works, they work. Why can't they cut back on their expenses and get their priorities straight? Apparently, I'm the wrong one in this whole situation.
Or outnumbered.
Right? But how is it fair that this has to affect my family and they just get to continue to live life as if nothing has happened because they know for a fact that we have to pay the mortgage?
So his family is in the house. Her family is not?
That's what it seems like, yeah. So it sounds like her husband's parents are living with her. He says family here, but I'm under the impression that it's parents for some reason. Okay.
Like is it a parent and a sibling? Siblings?
Right. Whoever it is. Yeah, whoever it is. I mean, listen. You want to go first on this one?
And sorry, who's asking if they're bustos? The guy?
Woman. The woman who refuses. Back, she does not want to adjust her living expenses.
Marriage, partnership, it's always going to be a compromise. But in this scenario, I feel like I would challenge it a little bit. I do want to know more, like to your point, like if it's just the parents, like two senior citizens, I think there's a little bit more leeway. But if there's other siblings or other adults in the house who are also saying no to this, I think there's more of a conversation to be had there. I could see myself cutting back, but not like this is what we're doing moving forward. Like I'm doing it so that we can financially fix our scenario right now, or until we kind of get into a good groove, and then I'm going back.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. How do you feel?
I'm very much with this lady. I would say that I would probably align with her because, you know, especially living in a place like Toronto, like nothing's free. And if that was the arrangement, but I'm understanding, obviously, I'm not going to just, you know, first of all, I wouldn't put it on the internet, but that's all I'm saying. I think the biggest thing is just seeking to understand. So I would definitely just inquire and try to get to the bottom of what changed. Like, did they get hit with like a huge debt of some sort? I don't know. Like, what happened?
True.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's the scenario? Like, I would just get into it. Like, for me, I would bust out like a spreadsheet and try to help them with their budgeting and see what works. You know what I mean? Like, just what happened, because it was working and then it didn't work.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Like,
did your interest rate go up? I don't know. Like, what happened?
There's more.
Right? There's just more to the
consider,
story. So
for
I
sure.
just think the biggest thing is just having the conversation first instead of just saying that they need to figure it out, because especially if your finances and your living situation are intertwined, you don't have a choice but to work together as a team.
You have to talk it out.
Exactly. That's your family. That's your husband's family.
Yeah.
And
legit.
you love them enough
It's
to
your
allow them
family.
to live
Yeah,
with you. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Exactly. That's your family. So my 2 cents.
That was good.
Very good.
Well, another week, another episode in the books. Thanks for joining us. As always, you know where to find us next week. And happy birthday, Drea.
Happy birthday, Drea.
And until next time.
Ingat. I almost said Merry Christmas.
Well, almost.
Maligayang Pasko.
Maligayang Pasko. Oh, wait. What's our Filipino phrase?
Oh.
Push mo yan.
Push mo
Don't
yan.
forget. Push mo yan.
Got a little truth